What's up, guys? Welcome to Arcade Fire. I'm Sean Collier.
I'm Tiffany Lindsay.
I'm Taylor Mitchell.
I'm Terrence Cannon.
And we're going to start once again with our game releases. And we have Verdun for Xbox One on March 8th.
Danganronpa.
Okay, you say it then.
Danganronpa 1 and 2 Reload for PS4 on March 14th for North America.
Why can you say that so well?
Because I know a lot of people that play Danganronpa.
That sounds just fun to say.
It is also very fun. I actually have a friend. I actually have a friend Ryan who did like a full stream of Danganronpa 1.
Okay, and then we also have Dead Rising 4 for Steam on March 14th. Styx Shards of Darkness for PC, PS4, and Xbox One March 14th. Battlefield 1 They Shall Not Pass PC, PS4, and Xbox One. And March 14th for Premium, March 28th for everyone else.
Why did you just open up Siri?
I don't know. Siri thought I said.
How could Siri help you in this situation?
Siri, are there any games I left out?
For some reason, my phone brings up Siri on its own sometimes, and sometimes I won't even say Siri and it'll do it. So.
He's not used to the Apple devices yet.
Black magic.
I do want to say something. Well, I know a lot about Danganronpa. I have never actually played it. Seems like they were pretty good games. Verdun is a game that Steam really wants me to buy. I don't know why.
Well, from what I've seen a little bit of gameplay from it, and it's like, isn't it like a co-op game?
I don't think it is. I know it's like a World War I game. That's all I really know.
Like I think I've seen some gameplay of it, and if it's the same game I'm thinking of, it's like a multiplayer based battle game, but I don't know.
And then in Styx, I have like the first Styx game.
I do too,
but I have never played it.
I've played some of it, and it's really hard.
Yeah, I think the first one was like free on PlayStation Plus one time.
It was also free on Games with Gold at one point.
It's super hard.
But it's just one of those games where I got it because it was free.
Yeah, it's in my library, but it's not downloaded.
Like I started playing it, and then I was like, "Wow, this is really difficult," and I didn't have the patience to keep playing it, so I played other games.
That's how I feel about Tomb Raider.
Yeah, but
Tomb Raider is so good.
Not the originals.
The original ones did not age as well as we would have liked.
I remember as a kid I hated them. Like me and my grandpa swore off Tomb Raider. Like we both swore off Tomb Raider.
Like, no more Tomb Raider.
But he's also like a crazy
played a lot
man.
of Tomb Raider 3 as a kid.
We tried the first Tomb Raider and we both got stuck in like this little ditch and we both couldn't get out, so we said bye and returned the game.
I didn't really care for Tomb Raider that much when I played games when I was younger.
I played 3 a lot when I was a kid, but we never had a memory card for the PS1. So I always had to start back over from the beginning.
That's not worth it.
You realize you could have gotten a memory card for like really cheap.
See,
like
at the time when I was like 8 years old, I didn't even think about the fact that thing needed a memory card.
Okay.
We always had like the lime green memory cards and everything.
Yeah.
And like my grandpa had one just for like Metal Gear Solid and all this crazy stuff.
That's funny. But so anybody excited about Battlefield 1 stuff? Because I'm not.
No.
I mean, I haven't played Battlefield 1.
Terrence likes shooters, so he can talk about it.
I have not played Battlefield 1.
Well, so we're all in consensus here, aren't we?
I've seen the game and I've been interested in playing it, but I'm not like money.
Yeah, I'm interested in playing it, but I haven't gotten it, and I don't know.
I had other priority games that I needed to play.
Yeah.
I played Battlefield. I played one other Battlefield game, and I just didn't like it.
It's different, yeah.
I was just kind of like, it's not my thing. But I also somehow played like a whole match on like without finding anybody, so I had like a perfect KO of 0-0.
What?
And the whole lobby was full, and I just couldn't find anybody.
Wow.
That was my experience.
How?
That's amazing.
I don't know. I did it like for a whole match, and then like the second match I tried, I didn't find anybody till the end, and I shot one person.
The real MVP.
Play the game.
No deaths, no kills.
But I do. We also have news. Apparently, another thing that Microsoft had exclusive rights to is been canceled, or not really canceled. They've actually made no real announcement about it being canceled. There's just nobody's working on it. A thing that Dean Hall, the creator of DayZ, was actually working on called Ion. It was an MMO, space survival MMO, and it was called Ion. And both Hall and the other studio that was working on it have both said that they aren't working on it. It hasn't been active since fall of last year.
Dang. Then I guess they weren't working on it at all to begin with.
Yeah, so it was apparent. It was shown off at E3 2015 in Microsoft's press conference, but then nobody said anything about it.
That's great.
What's up with Microsoft lately?
I don't know.
They can't make promises.
It seems like every game company right now has just had really weird management in some way or another.
Well, I mean, I know like they made Square Enix mad, so maybe they're making other people mad. Even people in their own company, they're just making everybody mad.
I mean, these were two other studios that I'm not really sure are owned by Microsoft or not, but
it's
yeah,
still weird.
It's still weird.
You need exclusives, or otherwise there's no incentive to buy it.
Yeah, you got to diversify your products so that you can still become relevant in the market.
If the same games come out, then what's stopping you from buying a PS4 instead? Because they have exclusives.
Yeah, it's like, hey, Microsoft, can you take a college level, 100 level economics class? Because I'm telling you what you need to do.
So it'd be like if the Switch only came out with Skyrim and nothing else. There'd be no incentive to buy it because you can buy it on everything.
Because you can buy Skyrim on everything.
Skyrim, I'm surprised Skyrim's not on our phones yet.
Give them time.
Bethesda's like, soon. They're twirling their mustaches and things soon.
Somehow they put it on an old Game Boy cartridge for the people who play old school games.
Somehow Skyrim ends up on a Game Boy cartridge. Suddenly a version's being released for the Super Famicom.
Could you imagine how many like little things they would need? It'd be like, here are like 25 like Game Boy Color games, so you could play in parts.
You know, that's actually fun fact. That's actually why Final Fantasy VII was never released on Nintendo 64 because originally it was planned to be. But they would have needed like 25 different cartridges to fit all the games.
Yeah, it came out on 3 discs. That's why they were separating it into 3 games, so they're going to do each.
Yeah, because it came out on 3 discs on a PlayStation 1, but it would have been 25 different cartridges on an N64, and the N64 had no internal memory, so you wouldn't have even been able to keep your saved games between those cartridges.
Dang.
You know what would be real? Well, I mean, I guess it'd have to become a little bit more linear than open world, or make sure you do everything you want to. But could you imagine like losing like part like 17 and you have all the rest of them? Like how upset you would be? Or no. Or you'd be the person who loses the one that has like Aerith dying, and so you don't get the reference that everybody else was so disappointed by.
Yeah, or just like you lose that one cartridge that had Aerith dying, and you come back later, and it's like your first playthrough of the game. And you're like, why is everybody depressed, man?
Yeah,
what happened to her? She just disappeared.
I don't know what happened.
Did she go back to her home country?
I guess she went back to Midgard. Everything's probably fine.
It's not that bad. I mean, Cloud's always moody anyway.
Cloud's always evil, so he must just be taking her going home really fast.
They just might be taking some time apart from each other.
As long as you don't lose the part where Cloud has to dress up as pretty much a prostitute. That's all that matters.
That's great. Yeah.
That is the best part. Cloud and drag is best Final Fantasy VII.
I hate to change the subject, but we apparently have some unexpected Uncharted news.
Yeah, I think this had probably been announced and just none of us knew it happened.
Yeah.
But Game Informer announced that their April cover would be Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. What that is it's an expansion they keep calling it an expansion, so I guess
it's a standalone game.
It's a standalone game?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a standalone expansion that focuses on Chloe. And apparently a character from Uncharted 4 that I know nothing about because I
haven't played it. I've played a little bit of Uncharted 1, but I haven't played a lot of the games. It's not that I'm not interested, it's just like with lots of other games, I just have other games I want to play. Yeah.
Chloe, if I remember correct, was introduced in Uncharted 2. maybe?
I've only played like part of the first one.
Yeah, because I think that was the one where the blonde chick is not in it as much, so they have Chloe there to drive up sexual tension.
Gotcha.
And then the blonde chick ends up there anyway. So you're like, well, they really do love each other. And, yeah.
Whatever.
But like, this is probably going to be similar to what like they've done with like Infamous, where they have like it's DLC, but it's a separate game altogether. But I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Will I play it? Probably not.
You
Not
want
anytime
to.
soon.
I mean, I don't have the console to play it, so it doesn't even matter.
Well, I mean, you could have fixed that.
If I had some money, maybe.
Just sell your Xbox.
Yeah, just sell your Xbox and get a PS4.
That is my baby. His name is Steve.
Well,
you know
Steve
what?
doesn't love you.
Steve does love me.
Well, you need to get a Sonny instead of like a Steve.
You realize why I named that console Steve, right?
I know. I get it.
It's a good joke. It's the best joke I had.
Well, it was weak.
But anywho, another interesting bit of news is No Man's Sky is still a thing.
Yeah, those guys still have jobs.
Yeah, they are still a thing. I'm surprised the gaming community hasn't killed them yet.
Yeah. Apparently, there's a new update coming out called the Pathfinder update. It apparently will introduce a new vehicle designed for planet exploration.
Interesting. Is that it?
That's all that we know so far. Yeah.
Okay.
Um.
Like when they did the what was it called? The base. I don't know. They had you can make bases on the planets and stuff.
I think
When
that's
they
the
did that
Foundation update.
Yeah, when they did that one, I was like, yay, maybe they'll actually fix the game and not make it boring. But it was still kind of boring. They just added a lot more features that made it better, I guess. But
Yeah, I don't know if there's
why
ever
would
going to
they-
be anything. That
why
can
would
fix
I
No Man's
want?
Sky.
I mean, I'm not trying to make the game sound worse than it is, because it's not a terrible game, but it's not. You can only play it for a few hours and then be like, okay, I'm done. That's for me at least. And then a vehicle isn't gonna help, because you're gonna be going across the planets that they all look the same, they all feel the same, and they all try to kill you the same. So
Except in a car.
in a car, you can do
Woo!
it faster.
Want to go drive cars?
But yeah, so I'm just like, will I probably play it again? Probably, but will I last longer than 4 hours? Probably not.
It's so sad. My thing about No Man's Sky is I haven't actually played it, but I've gotten real disappointed about it, because when they were announcing it and hyping it up, because they hyped it up a lot.
They did.
I was getting really excited about it, because I thought the way that they were building these planets just sounded so cool, because it's all just the maths.
But yeah,
But
it would be a lot more impressive if the planets were vastly different.
yeah.
But
I think what the thing is that what they always hyped up was that while it is procedurally generated, the procedures makes an infinite amount of possibilities. Turns out that's not how that procedure works.
not at all.
It looks like a procedurally generated game, and there's not enough variation in that procedure to make it worth it.
Yeah, exactly.
To me, it kind of has the problem that Spore had a little bit, like in the space stage, by what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Is that while there is a lot of variation,
Yeah.
it's possible to find planets that do look a lot alike.
Yeah. Like, one of my favorite things is, like, when I started up the game, I was going to be like, the beginning 2 hours of the game have to be, like, the best part of the whole thing, because it's still kind of, like, new and interesting. And then, this game is really good on, like, oh, well, I'm going to be a good type of character. I'm not going to do anything illegal. I'm not going to kill anybody I don't need to unless they try to kill me. And then instantly, that's what I would try to do. And then instantly that went away. Because I was just like, oh, I'm going to kill all these robots. I'm going to take all their stuff. I'm going to steal stuff from this planet because there's so much stuff everywhere. And it's worth a lot on the market.
Steal all
So
the
I'll do
resources.
that, and then I'll go sell it on the market so I can buy like a 3 million unit ship and have one faster than you're ever supposed to. So that's what I like to do because I'm a cheater.
We also have Mass Effect Andromeda news. Apparently,
Interesting.
for those of you who never played a lot of Mass Effect 3's multiplayer, the maps were free. Like, you could just get the maps. And it actually, and which made it kind of cool. Like, there were still like weapon and character pack DLCs that you had to pay for. So though some of them were even free. But it was a pretty good way of doing it because you never had the issue that a lot of games have where you didn't have compatible map packs. Well, on Twitter, Aaron Flynn has announced that it's going to be just like Mass Effect 3.
Sweet.
For those who don't know, Aaron Flynn is BioWare's general manager, which makes it a lot better for people because there's not going to be the normal EA buy all the things policy.
Dangerous to go alone. Take this for $2.99. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
EA logic.
And so, but I think that's actually a better way to do it. Halo 5 has done stuff similar to this. Like, there's a lot of free DLC packs.
Mm-hmm.
And I think one way that they're able to do that is since games have more microtransactions now, they get their money anyway. Which, I mean, still is kind of crappy because I hate microtransactions almost more than I hate DLC.
Well, I kind of hated it I hated it with Mortal Kombat X when I found out it had microtransactions. I was like, are you kidding me?
But
they're not very relevant though.
Yeah.
Like, you can literally get everything for free if you're
Yeah.
willing to go through the crypt.
yeah.
Exactly. I just didn't get to.
just
When I
need a
saw
map.
that, I was
the
just
Crypt
like, this
is
is
in new
stupid.
Mortal Kombat games too?
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, I've played a lot of the earlier Mortal Kombat games, but I don't own any of them. The only Mortal Kombat game I own is Deadly Alliance for the original Xbox.
Get 10.
Wow, dude. You need to get X.
I do.
It's really good.
Get like XL though.
Yeah, get XL so you get all the DLC characters and stuff.
And
But
then you wouldn't have to be paid for DLC.
Yeah, you don't have to pay, you don't have to do microtransactions.
One thing that I do want to say about, like, at least with Halo 5 is that microtransactions are at least where you don't have to do it.
Wait, are you serious? Halo 5 has it too?
Yes, you can buy rec packs, which give weapons and stuff for your requisitions in Warzone. It's how you unlock new armor, and new customization options. But the thing is that you earn rec packs from just playing the game too.
Oh, okay.
So you can either buy them and get a whole lot more of them, or you can play the game and accumulate rec points, which you can spend anyway. And you can also you get like a pack for like your first win of the day, and for like winning this many matches. Terrence is over here nodding because apparently I'm getting all this right.
Because he won't talk. He's scared.
I didn't set up the
If you're not
Terrence
scared to
cam.
talk, then talk.
I am not scared to talk.
No,
Sounds
like,
like
talk about the subject.
I just like Halo. That's all it's not in.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I told Jeff I was going to set up a Terrence cam. That would be like a live stream on our Facebook page that just
would
had
be
Terrence's
funny.
reaction.
That would be great.
But Terrence made it seem like that was a bad idea, so I didn't do it.
He would
Oh, that
stop
would've been-
nodding.
I forgot.
I love that.
Yeah, I'll just sit there.
Imagine the Facebook post by that though. Tune in for our Terrence cam.
Dude, could you imagine him getting like so stiff and just staring there that it becomes a meme?
That'd be amazing.
I would have to tell Sadie about it.
We're gonna make you a meme.
My girlfriend could make it into a meme like that.
Whenever he stands too still, somebody snap a picture so we can do something with this.
Yeah, we have to.
Or just that reaction there.
Yeah.
We're sorry, Terrence is the person we pick on.
Yep.
You make it so easy.
Got anything to say about it? I take that as a no.
I can't stop laughing.
But
We have fun on this show, kids.
we have to talk about a Nintendo console.
Oh yeah, you know how the Switch is selling like hotcakes.
Yeah. Let's see what you got on here.
I have two things about the Switch. I have one about it broke 48-hour sales records for Nintendo, and then the fact that they carved up a Switch console with a water jet and it kept going. The thing is made out of solid Terminators.
Yeah, like, I want to talk about this on like a critical aspect of it. Like,
Hannah can confirm Switch is fantastic.
Keep in mind, keep in mind, I am one of the people that don't have one yet, but I am going to be getting one. I'm just waiting for a little bit more of the games and stuff to come out, and also for like Nintendo to get the updates and kinks out of it that they can. But at the same time, I don't think it's okay for some people, like the way that some people do at launch starts, because they did it for PS4 and they did it for Xbox. It's like they literally get it just for like, they literally get it just to see what's wrong with it. And I'm not saying about the water jet thing, like that I understand, and that's also really cool that it works even if you do that. But I'm saying, like,
my thoughts are why?
There's people that will get it and like just to see how bad it is, and then talk about how bad it is.
Or people just talk about the weird stuff, like licking the cartridges thing.
Yeah, like that. That's
like that actually makes sense, considering Nintendo caters to a younger audience normally anyway. Kind of makes sense that they would coat their cartridges in a way that kids wouldn't end up choking on them.
And that's like a meme now too. So it's like, why? But like, the thing is, like, I get if you got a new console and something was wrong with it, you'd be upset about it too. But that's another reason why you wait before it's been out for a little bit to get one, because it's like they're literally just manufactured. There's gonna be problems, and
it's always nice to be able to buy a console and there's actually a ton of games out.
Yeah, well, that's me. I don't want to get a console just for Zelda.
And also,
and
like, if you wait long enough,
I totally
it's gonna be a bundle.
But I'm not going to.
Yeah, apparently these guys decided to like slice a Triforce in this Switch. So by the way, they completely destroyed the thing. But it wasn't until all the pieces that they had sliced up fell out of the console that it stopped operating.
Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, "Oh my god, I want to be on this team."
I just want to be a part of a group where it's like, oh, we can just spend $300 just to make a video of us destroying it.
Well, I mean, they also...
Yes, we need that budget. Where's that budget?
Yeah,
well, they probably have a Patreon and like people pay for it for them.
Yes, probably.
Be like, hey, if you go to this goal by Friday, we'll buy either this or this, depending on how much money's raised.
Yeah. Like, I just
I wonder how many people though who tried to pre-order it cried.
Oh, I know. Like all the ones that didn't get it.
Yeah.
But I have a couple friends that got it. Like, they didn't get it on release day, but they got it just because for some reason, a store nearby I magically got some, and it was like 6, and they went out in 30 minutes.
Yeah, apparently Nick Wingfield from the New York Times actually did a series of tweets about the sales for the Switch, and the Friday-Saturday sales for the Switch exceeded 2-day sales in America for any system in Nintendo history. The next biggest was the Wii.
Yeah.
Which until now was their best-selling console they ever had at launch. Yeah. And Zelda for Nintendo Switch is the best-selling standalone launch title, i.e. not bundled with like Wii Sports, in Nintendo history.
They should probably get something for saying
let's put this into perspective. Like, if I remember correctly, didn't Ocarina of Time come out at launch for N64?
I don't remember.
I mean, like, you know how young we were? We don't know.
You guys were older than me.
I still don't remember.
We were like, what, 4?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, what, born?
But, like, I don't know. The way I see it, Nintendo needs, like, to be doing what better, but at the same time, they don't need to like use this and then like it do what the Wii U does,
Yeah.
or did. So
What's already doing better?
yeah,
Yeah,
they gotta keep it up though.
I was just sent a message by my friend Hannah, who said, "I stand by the phrase, the Switch is everything the Wii U was supposed to be." And I think by these sales goals, that's really what it's saying, is that this is what people probably. It's really the innovation that the
like
Wii U wasn't.
already the concept of it, like the whole concept of the Switch is exactly what people wanted from the Wii U, but you know they didn't really get that.
Also, it is time for us to go on a break, but after this,
Alright.
we can talk about Zelda. Because
Yay,
that's the only thing we
Zelda.
really have to talk about.
Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, welcome back to Arcade Fire, and now we're going to talk about Zelda!
Heck yeah.
Because I have been playing the Wii U version of it. I know, because
I have been playing no version of it because I don't have a Wii U and I don't have a Switch.
Well, I've been playing the Wii U version because once again I'm waiting to do the Switch until they have like a bigger game library. But so far the Wii U version, like performance wise, is really good. The only hiccups it has so far has been like when you go to the towns, and if there's a lot happening with the towns. Like when I first walked into the towns, I noticed that the game lagged a little bit. But it wasn't like a major.
It's just a frame rate drop.
Yeah.
They'll probably fix that.
Yeah.
Quick.
And then but there are like major things about this game that like make it. It's definitely one of the best Zelda games I've ever played.
Like the Game Informer review that I shared in our group, it mentions that the only technical issue that he encountered, it is Kyle Hillard from Game Informer.
Mm-hmm.
He was that when you're fighting multiple enemies in a busy forest, there was a
Yeah.
frame rate drop. So apparently the only technical issue people are finding is frame rate drops, which is
Yeah.
pretty common technical issue in anything.
I haven't seen any like major glitches either. The only thing are
Well,
times.
the thing is, Nintendo is also pretty good for.
There are some times where the camera does like annoy me, but but you can fix it. It's just like when you climb or something and something's in the way, it like the camera moves or whatever. But there's certain times where it does that and it's like I can't see anything. But
How's the voice acting in it?
most of it is really, really good. Some of it seems kind of weird, but it's also because it's a Zelda game and I'm not used to hearing voice acting. But like all the key characters have voice acting. Like there's key characters in the story, and they have like you have the main dialogue that's not voice acting, like that's in the game, like speech bubbles and stuff. But then you have the scenes that have voice acting, and like it usually happens when you get introduced to a character, and also if like the character is like giving you like memories or something like that. And it's really cool. It's very dramatic and in a good way, and they don't overuse the voice acting, and they don't underuse it, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. I figured that since it was the first time, they probably wouldn't have everything voice acted.
Yeah.
But
the story has a lot of like detail to it because they have to, like the way that Zelda is, they have a lot of like. Not a lot of people pay attention to it, but there's a lot to it, and I'm pretty sure it would take a lot for them to voice act everything.
Yeah. One thing I am kind of weirded out about this game. This game, I don't know if they mentioned this in the game, but it apparently takes place in the same timeline as Wind Waker after Wind Waker. By everything I had heard. I know they probably don't refer to it at all.
The thing is, it's similar. Because it takes place after a lot of stuff has happened. Like, I'm not going to spoil a lot of the story just because there's stuff that you find out when you play the game. But big stuff happens, and this is many years later after a lot of the stuff happens. And
so the big important things happen, then the heroes show up.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, no, I can't really say much about that. But anyways,
naked.
One of the coolest things I ran into though, like,
with not even the clothes on his back.
the coolest thing that I ran into in the game It's by far like the scariest moment I had was, other than the guardians that go around, they're like ancient robot things.
Those are the things from the trailer, right?
Yeah, and there was one like guarding and it's in the starting area of the game, and you have to go past it to get to one of the things that you have to get to, and it doesn't matter what you do. If he sees you, you have to either run and hope he doesn't hit you, or you're gonna die. Like, because one hit, you're dead.
Link be like, I'm gonna die.
And there's also one of the coolest, scariest things that happened to me was apparently from time to time a blood moon will come out, and if that happens, it gives you a cutscene that says Ganon is at his greatest strength when the blood moon is present, and like you'll see like weird glowy stuff around you, and the moon will be red, and then every single enemy that you've killed in the overworld is resurrected.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if you like just finished a fight.
Yeah, like, and that really scared me when that happened. And today I was playing it earlier, and I was going to, look, I'm the type of person, I haven't done any of the main story stuff yet. I've literally just been exploring. I've done the starting of the main story, and then I got to the point where I was just exploring, trying to open up the map and get more abilities and stuff. And I was on my way to get one of the towers, because it has like a Assassin's Creed / Far Cry kind of thing where you get to the towers and then you open up part of the map so you can see it better. And I was going to one of the towers, and then I just saw like a group of enemies. And this is a game where if you see a group of enemies, you're not going to take them down easily as you think that you are, unless you're very prepared.
Is like the combat difficulty somewhere close to like Skyward Sword? Or is it too different to give a good comparison to that?
It's very different. Like, I would say, like, its combat does kind of feel like Wind Waker, actually, but it's just a lot more. There's a lot more to it.
Yeah.
And when there's groups of enemies, especially tough enemies, you can't. They're always coming at you, and you can't always, like, depending on the weapon you use, you can't always block. And everything uses stamina. Everything uses stamina.
So that's kind of like Skyward Sword.
Yeah. But they didn't, unlike Skyward Sword, they used it in a lot more of a creative way.
Yeah. That's another thing. Is that I'm currently like watching someone play Skyward Sword.
Mm-hmm.
I have that in my mind a lot, so I want to ask this question: is it hand-holdy like Skyward Sword or anything like that?
What do you mean?
Like Skyward Sword, Fi is always giving you things that you're like, Master.
No. Like at the very beginning, you're told what to do and where to go, and then
I know you can like fight Ganon for like the beginning of the game.
Yeah, and then you get like the first like bit of stuff, and I can't really say what. You meet a character, you figure out who he is, and then he just lets you go, and then he tells you to go meet Impa, which is like a big character.
It's Gapora, isn't it?
And then as soon as that happens,
Hoot.
you could literally just, you don't even have to go talk to her. You could just go kill Ganon then if you wanted to.
Yeah. I don't need Impa to tell me what's going on. I'm just gonna go do it.
But after that, like when you talk to people about the main story, they regurgitate stuff and tell you like what your task is and stuff like that. But as far as like, there's no character telling you what you're supposed to be doing at all times. That's what the quest log in.
Okay,
in the
so there is like something that helps you remember what you need to.
Like, you have a quest log that kind of like Skyrim, and then the mini map has like the locations to go.
Tiffany, it has something like Skyrim. It has something for you.
It honestly feels
I saw
like
the video, and I said it looked like
it. Honestly,
more modern game.
The game feels like Skyrim and Zelda had a love baby.
Love baby.
Yeah.
Not a crack baby, but a love baby.
A love baby.
I just don't have a console to play it on, so I don't.
It's really fun, and like when I say everything uses stamina, I mean climbing uses stamina, fighting uses stamina, swimming uses stamina.
How much stamina do you have?
You can increase it. Like, this is another big thing about the game is you have all these shrines across the overworld, and when you get them, you get a spirit orb, and every time you get 4 spirit orb, you can choose to get a heart container, which gives you another heart, or you can get a stamina, like a little stamina.
Okay, so it's a little bit like Zelda 2 with RPG element, with the
Yeah.
RPG elements thrown in.
Like you can get your stamina increased, and
So it really sounds like this game is like a mixture of Zelda 1, Zelda 2, Ocarina of Time, and Wind Waker.
and like another
Or not
big
Ocarina
thing,
of Time, but
another big thing in
Skyward
this
Sword and
game-
Wind Waker.
another big thing in this game is cooking, because if you don't cook, you're gonna die because food.
There are
is,
no human hearts in.
Yeah, food is the only way you can really heal, and there's so many recipes. Like I've
What's
already.
up with all these Japanese coming out with like all the cooking stuff?
I know,
They want you to learn how to cook.
It's
that
so
guy.
fun to cook too in the game. Like
wish I could
you
cook
can
as good as
you
them.
get all the stuff, and then you can like what's funny is like
School lunches.
in the game you have to make Link hold the stuff and then put it in the pot or whatever, and then it'll cook. But sometimes you don't even have to have the pot. You can just put the food next to the fire or something, and it'll cook itself.
I know one thing
I
that
need food like that.
If you put food close enough to a fire, it'll cook.
Okay, but I get that, but where's it gonna go though?
No, I'm saying
Your
like if
pockets.
you left an apple next to the fire, it would become a baked apple.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't make it like an entire dish. Like you'd have to have the pot for that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
You're not
guess
gonna
he thought
make
you were
like a
gonna-
meal. With,
I guess he
yeah.
thought you were gonna put an apple on the ground and come out with an apple pie.
Yeah, no, you're not gonna get that.
I do know. I did see this on IG and Snapchat. Is that if you put a torch under an apple, the apple will bake into a baked apple and it will fall
Yeah.
on the ground.
I like there's a lot of stuff like if you see an apple in the tree. I tried this today because I was like, I probably won't be able to do this, and you can't reach it. You can use an arrow to get it, and I was like, yes,
That's cool.
awesome.
Like I only want to play the game to do that.
it's so fun. And then also you can get headshots with the bow. It's very rare, but you can get.
You gotta be good.
Yeah, if you do, like it does like a little animation, and you hear a sound when you do, and most of the time it's a one-hit kill. And equipment has a lot more to do with this game than it ever has before, because the weapons you go through them a lot faster than you think you would, whether it's sword, shield, or bow, and also what you're wearing has a lot to do with you being prepared for what situation you're in, because I have a tunic for when I'm in the cold, and it makes your weather resistance, like your cold resistance, higher, and but you also have like different armor for sneaking and stuff like that. And I haven't even seen all the armor in the game. I've only seen like three pairs of armor, so and I have not seen a single green tunic or a hat.
But they've said that the green tunic is in the game somewhere, but I think
do
it's
have
supposed to be like an end game thing.
I have a green tunic, but it doesn't look like the green tunic.
But I want to remember from because right before release, Game Informer had all this stuff that they had done, like different interviews and things. I believe they had said that the tunic was in there, but it wasn't gonna be. But it was gonna be something that came on later, and it would.
Watch it have like zero defense.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't even.
Or
help
it
you.
may just be like an end game armor that's supposed to be like, this is what you need to fight
Yeah.
Ganon in, or like it
Yeah.
or before you fight Ganon, it defaults you to that.
See, what I'm concerned about is like the Master Sword, because every other weapon in the game gets destroyed. So I'm like,
The Master Sword may just be the one weapon that doesn't.
yeah, but that would be disappointing too, though, because it's like
Why? It's the freaking Master
but
Sword.
maybe it doesn't break like the rest of the weapons. Maybe you just have to go get it repaired or something, or repair it yourself.
Maybe there's a specific mechanic just for.
Yeah, because I'm just saying like it would make sense if every sword and everything else can break, but that one thing.
Well,
but it is the Master
but
Sword.
It would make sense for the Master Sword not to break because it's the Master Sword.
I'm saying, but it would make sense if you had to fix it or like sharpen it or something.
You mean like in Link to the Past?
Kinda.
Yeah, maybe.
But I'm saying like if they had that element in there, that'd be cool. I just don't see. To me, it'd be like disappointing. It's like, oh, this is a Master Sword. Oh, I'm unstoppable now. You know what I mean?
I mean, if you can run around after the game's over, like maybe you could have
Yeah.
like some crazy like hidden bosses, like hidden aeons or something that's you can only beat with those weapons.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And that's another thing is this game is like if you like, oh, I'm just gonna go exploring, and then you see a group of enemies and you're like, I'm not really that prepared, but I'll try it anyway. Don't do it. Don't do it. You will die.
You're gonna have a bad
and
time.
over. And all the shrines are not. You cannot get them as soon as you go. Like you have to like some of them you're not gonna be prepared for. Like I tried one where you have to fight a guardian that had like a weird blade and a shield, and it's like it was a combat training thing, but like it had so much health that there's no way I could kill it, and it would kill me in one hit.
Something
and
I'm wondering about is I know the bow is an item, but
Yeah.
Are there like other items? Are there still bombs and things like that?
Yeah,
And-
like well the bombs they're like you get runes for bombs, like so like a magic ability basically that you have, and because you have the round bombs and square bombs. And then you also have like the magnet ability that lets you move metal items.
Oh yeah, I
And then
remember
you also
that.
have the ability. You also have the ability that like stops an item in time, and then you can like hit it, and it'll like use that energy and like throw it, and it's really cool.
Is there a boomerang?
I haven't seen one yet, but I think there is.
For those of you who don't know, the boomerang is my favorite Zelda item.
I'm pretty sure there is a boomerang in the game.
I like to be Captain Boomerang.
There is a fairy fountain in the game that I found. I didn't know that was gonna be a thing, but
Or the fairy scantily clad, like always.
well, of course, but this fairy fountain does not heal you.
Does it kill you?
From what I've seen, this fairy fountain, the one I found, you bring it items from enemies that you kill, and you can upgrade your armor.
That's like
Awesome.
Four Swords.
Yeah.
That it does. Four Swords. You take things to fairy fountains and you throw the item in it, and it like gives you a level 2 item.
Well, like in Link Between Worlds, there's the thing like that where you bring it like so many of these things, and it will upgrade like one of your items that you got in that game. So, like, I just like how everything's like, you recognize it, but it's used in a different way. You know what I mean? But for me, it's a 10 out of 10. I'm never gonna stop playing it.
So, Terrence, has Sean talked you into possibly wanting to try out the new Zelda?
I don't have a Wii U, or
If you did,
if I did, probably not.
Do you not like any RPGs?
I like RPGs.
Then
Like my last Zelda game was like for like Game Boy Color.
okay, explain yourself.
So it's Four Swords. The only Game Boy game that's for Game Boy Color.
Mhm.
Fun fact.
Explain yourself.
Pretty sure.
explain.
I don't know, like I think like cause like I played like so much as a child, I just lost interest in it.
This one's like Skyrim.
I lost interest in it.
But it's like Skyrim.
Get him out of here.
Yeah, like
Just get
he's
him
no
out.
longer on the show anymore.
We'll talk to Jeff about this tomorrow, guys.
Sometime. You could just,
He's no longer to be able to be here anymore. I'm not
How
like
dare
that.
you have
like,
an unpopular opinion that you didn't even try to give a reason for?
Oh.
Wow.
That was a joke. You did give a reason
Bye.
for it. It's still just an unpopular opinion.
But yeah. I would suggest it for anybody that likes open world games like Skyrim or The Witcher, which is a weird one to compare it to. But you know what I
Ooh,
mean.
if Zelda was like The Witcher, how you'd find out where
Okay, I
where
would buy it,
Hyrule
man.
was at, man.
Okay, so Terrence would buy it if it was like The Witcher.
He wants it for the adult content.
He wants it for the nudity.
That's all he wants.
no.
Tell us, Terrence.
Tell you what,
Why would you get it if it was like The Witcher?
because like I like it, the Witcher. Like, that's just like it.
What do you like about it?
The
In
magic.
detail.
Do I still pick up without a mic? No, I don't.
Elaborate. Use your English.
Stop, elaborate, and listen.
Okay, well, come on.
Well, I like the fact that you can like craft like your you can craft armor and stuff and make it better, improve on it,
And your abilities.
and and abilities.
Yeah. It's
You know,
fun.
so many games are like that.
Yeah, exactly.
I know.
If you get tired of Skyrim,
Most
then what were you
generic
doing?
thing ever.
Okay, tell us something else that's like The Witcher particular. You can't say something that nothing like Skyrim, nothing like.
Gwent.
Zelda. What?
Gwent.
Gwent. It's a card game.
Ladies and gentlemen, you
No.
heard it first. Terrence's favorite part of The Witcher is a children's card game.
But yet you don't want to play Zelda because it's children, like for children.
I never said that.
It actually is a difficult card game.
I don't know, I'm just messing with it.
Terrence, I now challenge you to a children's card game.
Gwent.
Well, like goldfish.
I was thinking like Yu-Gi-Oh!
I will win. I will win that.
But yeah, I think I don't know. But I just wanted to say that I suggest Zelda for anybody that's interested or that were skeptical about the game before it came out. That you should play it or give it a try at least, or play somebody else's. Like if somebody has a Switch and they're playing Zelda, just take it from them and play it for a minute.
Stop their life.
Just steal
Yeah.
people's Switches and play Zelda.
Yeah.
See, it's all in good intentions.
Well, give it back. Like don't steal it. for good.
Eventually,
Yeah.
after you've had your fun, give them
But
back.
yeah. So we're out of time, I think.
Yeah.
We are.
We're done.
We will see you guys next week.
See you, everybody.